There we go. Hello, welcome back into the WNK pages. I am George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here with Weather Now, Kentucky. We do have a tornado warning that is active, so let's go ahead and hop right into that. Let's go ahead and get over to the full display too. I'm not going to play that game today. What in the world? Let me grab the camera. Thank you. Okay. Perfect. There we go. So, like I said, tornado warning is active. Where's my mouse at here? There we go. It is for northeastern Callaway County, southeastern Marshall County, and southwestern Trigg County in western Kentucky until 1:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 12:47 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles south of Turkey Bay, moving north at 35 miles per hour. Of course, the hazard is a tornado, and the source is radar indicated. The dangerous storm will be near land between the lakes area, Turkey Bay, and Golden Pond Visitors Center around 12:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So again, this is for basically the southwestern corner of the state. This is the first real cell to get going, although we're starting to have some more along the southern Kentucky portion of the area toward the Tennessee border. It's already beginning to get going. It is at 2 p.m. Eastern time frame that we gave you guys. That we said, hey, that window's going to open around 2 p.m. Kind of everyone needs to be on guard at that point. Of course, if you're just now tuning in here with us, if you would not mind, please tap the share button, as this is a tornado warning. We want to get this video and this broadcast overall shared on your news feed so that way potential friends and family can view it, as well as any folks that may need it. So please tap the share button. If you're over there on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, I believe you can copy and share the link over there. Again, this is just the first of many cells that we expect to see going here. Let's go ahead and pull up the radar scope here and take a look at the actual velocities. Let's see if we can spot this. So it's kind of died down a little bit. This was a little bit stronger right before we hit live. Of course, we had to set everything back up. We just got done with the other broadcast, so I had to set everything back up here. But you can already see pretty clearly. It's nothing super impressive, but this is rotation signature on the radar. Let's go ahead and look at the correlation coefficient. And I know all of this is going to look like mumbo jumbo, but we could circle this rotation area, and if we see any blues and greens popping up in that same area, it's likely some sort of signature of debris being mixed up to the atmosphere for the radar to pick it up. We do see some. It's not anything, again, nothing super impressive. Usually you want to see that real tight and like a circle down there at the bottom right portion of your screen. Usually want to see that real tight, but it's not there just yet. But again, this did look a little bit stronger at the initial warning. So again, if you're just now tuning in here with us, there is our first tornado warning active for today. It's for the Aurora area down here in southwestern Kentucky. More importantly, Highway 68. And this is tracking, once again, mainly to the north at about 35 miles per hour. So up after this would be Lake Barley going toward Rockcastle and these portions of southwestern Kentucky. Again, if we zoom this out here, we'll see that there are more cells. Sorry about that. We'll see that there are more cells firing just to the east of Bowling Green, going over toward Glasgow and Columbia. That cell is starting to mature itself there. We have some more starting to get going over here toward Hopkinsville and Elkton areas. Again, these will look like little babies at first, but they'll quickly mature into strong supercells if they're able to attach themselves to the energy that's at play. And there is a lot of energy at play. Let me go ahead and show you this. So these tornadoes are going up, right? And these cells are going up without us even having the best winds here yet. So that kind of shows you the best winds are actually down here toward Tennessee at the moment. This will eventually move up into Kentucky later on this afternoon, probably in the next couple of hours, and really start to strengthen over Kentucky throughout the afternoon and evening. And you can see it's not even here yet, and the storms are already beginning to get going. So kind of a good sign that this might be a long day as we projected it to be. So again, just now tuning in here with us, I am George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here with Weather Now, Kentucky. We do have a tornado warning that is active for the Aurora areas of western Kentucky out there. I do know that a lot of people had those sirens go off in the middle of the test day earlier. I'm not really sure why they went ahead and had the test earlier with the impending severe weather. It does look like the rotation is beginning to drop down. This will be the case today. So what exactly happened right here is this was definitely looking like a rotation signature when the warning box first went up by the National Weather Service out of Paducah. It has quickly waned. and fizzled out. And that will be the case today. We'll see really quick spin up tornadoes. And just because we say spin up tornadoes does not mean that they're going to be weak. So a lot of people have that misconception that just because forecasters say spin up tornadoes means that, hey, they're just weak tornadoes, we don't have to pay attention to them. First of all, if anything is a tornado, you need to pay attention to it. That is causing damages, right? But a quick spin up does not necessarily mean weak. A quick spin up could just be how fast it got matured and going. I mean, this cell, I mean, literally, I was watching it kind of while I was doing some more analysis. I was watching this cell, and then all of a sudden, it just popped. And there you go right there. Again, this cell went from nothing to now it's a tornado warning. That's how quick it will be today. So I want to make sure everyone's on guard. Tompkinsville, down here towards southern Kentucky, you are now under a tornado warning as well. So this is our second warning here as of 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Southwestern Monroe County and south central Kentucky until 1:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 1:02 p.m. Central Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles southwest of Tompkinsville, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Again, this dangerous storm will be near Tompkinsville around 1:10 p.m. Other locations impacted include Emberton, Mudlick, Forkton. What are these names? Gumtree, Harlan Crossroads, Otia, Freetown, whatever that is, Grandview, and Heston, Kentucky. To report, I'm gonna have to read that. But anyway, so here we go. Our first two real good-looking cells today have already matured into tornadoes. Real quickly, I want to take this off this data overlay. Is it over here? Yes, here we go. Turn the heat advisors and stuff off. Get those off the screen. Okay. Have they issued a watch yet for this, by the way? There should be a watch coming out anytime. Genuinely. So again, just not tuning in here with us, that tornado warning was canceled out to the west. That's good. That's good by them. And over here to the central Kentucky, let's take a look at the velocities that's going on there. What's over here to this radar. And you can see that here we go again. It's nothing super impressive, but this is a spin-up tornado. This is, well, at the very least, this is a clear indication of rotation on the radar. And we do see some correlation drops there as well. Again, nothing super overtly impressive. But this is, I mean, you see how quickly it went. It didn't even have a severe warning with it. This is a special weather statement box. So this went from a strong storm to a tornado producing storm within the matter of 2 to 3 minutes. That's how quick it will be today, and then it will die down, and then it will happen again. So again, that's why we are on guard today. Even if you're in that yellow zone, so let me go ahead and pull this up real quickly as well. In case you somehow missed our last broadcast, which, by the way, if you need forecast information, it is all over our social medias, and we just updated all of it within the last hour. So if you need forecast information on what to expect today, make sure you go check out our pages either on Twitter or on Facebook. So here is the SPC's forecast for tornadoes, and you can see even in the 5% area. So actually, that tornado warning that just went up toward Tompkinsville is actually in the 2% area. So that really tells you that everyone that is in any type of color today needs to be watching the forecast and, you know, whatever weather outlet you choose, because it genuinely, anyone in those zones can see a tornado today. The highest confidence is just that yellow area. So this is basically a confidence map. Not necessarily, you know, if you see yourself in green, you're like, hey, I'm in the lowest one, I don't really have to worry about it. No, that's not the case. This is a confidence map. If you're in any color, you need to be watching, right? So anywhere from London to all the way to Owensboro, Kentucky, even to out toward Paducah and Madisonville, you need to be watching. Those folks that are yellow need to be especially watching, because if this is already popping off at 2 p.m. when we don't even have the greatest of winds here, this could spell a long night, especially for those places in yellow. So, like, let's say from Florence, Kentucky, to Shelbyville, to Frankfort, to Louisville, to Elizabethtown, to Bardstown, to Radcliffe, to Meade County, to Breckinridge County, you know, Litchfield, Owensboro, Madisonville, so on and so forth. Definitely need to be watching whatever weather outlet you choose. It doesn't have to be us, but whatever weather outlet you choose, just to make sure that you are, you know, staying on top of things. I'm going to switch radars here, by the way, as well. I think there's another radar over here, yes. And you already have the TVS signature there, the tornado vorticity signature, already on that as well. So pretty clear indications here that this is likely a tornado on the ground. Now, how strong it is, we have no idea. We don't have eyeballs there. But this is a pretty good. I mean, you kind of see the back. You kind of see the C shape there, right, as well. And you see the little almost donut hole, like half donut hole there. Those are pretty clear indications that this is a supercell. Pretty clear. Again, that went from nothing, a casual thunderstorm, to a tornado-producing storm within a matter of minutes. So, again, that's how quick it will be today. So we want to make sure that folks are staying up to date on what to expect. And again, all that forecast information is all over our Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube if you missed any of it earlier or throughout the day. Again, for all of you folks asking what's going to happen today, all that information is all over our broadcast or all over our pages right now. We're focused on the immediate what's happening. Again, if you're just not tuning in here with us, tornado warning is active for southwestern Monroe County and south central Kentucky. And again, this will be in Tompkinsville at southwest of Tompkinsville. It'll be in Tompkinsville at 1:10. So in about 2 minutes there. And if this keeps going, after this will be Marrowbone, Cyclone, Highway 163, Highway 100 down there in south central Kentucky. But again, if this kind of keeps the same pattern, it should die down relatively quickly. But we'll keep an eye on it. Looks like it's still going here, and we still have a little bit of a notch. Again, none of these radar signatures will look very impressive today, but they will all, at least 80% of the storm activity that we see today will be rotating. There's just no doubt. Our winds are going so many different ways at each layer of the atmosphere. We have winds going one way down here, winds going one way up there. And then you have a low pressure that was attached to a hurricane less than 24 hours ago. That's scooting up through Kentucky. So that's what is causing all of this mess today. And again, we see all these storms starting to pop off out here toward western Kentucky as well. And we even have a cell out here for Monticello, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Monticello wasn't even included in any of the risk today. So again, that kind of shows you, hey, these things can really change in a matter of minutes. So that's why we're live with you throughout the entire duration of the event. We'll take breaks when we can, but we'll be here with you guys. So don't worry, we have your back. Again, if you are looking for forecast information, it is all over our pages, both in written post form and in video form. You can go check those out. Both on Facebook and Twitter. We're not going to answer too much live information right now unless this tornado warning expires or gets canceled, because right now we're focused on the immediate impact areas. I can just tell you that anywhere between now to 11 p.m. Eastern Time, expect that window of severe weather to be open. That does not mean that you're going to see straight severe weather for the entire 9 hours of that window. It just means that window is open for that time frame. Again, yeah, so for Marrowbone, if this tornado warning holds together, it would be, you would be next up. So about 20 minutes, it would be there. Hi, Kayla. I want to say real quickly, thank you guys for all the shares over there on Facebook. I appreciate you guys helping us to share the information and share the broadcast. You guys are saving lives when you do that. So thank you so much when you do that kind of stuff for us. You'd really be surprised with how many people find our information and find our page when they need it most because of you guys sharing it. It's just how social media works. So thank you guys a lot for that. Oh, by the way, Joanna, thank you for your 20 stars. I appreciate that. Again, if you are in Tompkinsville, Harlan Crossroads, Grandview, you are in immediate impact of a tornado warning storm. You need to be in your safe spot right now. Let me go ahead and switch us over here to the storm velocity. Let's see if we can't identify this on this one. This radar is a little bit difficult. The velocity charts on this radar are a little bit nasty. They're not really clean. So let's go ahead and switch over here to the radar scope, and we'll find it over here. See how much more definitive that is, more defined. It's a lot easier to look at. So we don't have any like real tight rotation, but we do have a nice correlation drop here on the eastern side of the wind field, and we do have some rotation still involved going on here. So Tompkinsville, make sure that you are inside at the lowest point of your building, most interior portion of your building as well, as it still looks like it's probably still rotating as it's tracking northeast through there. Let's go ahead and zoom out here and see what we have going on across the region. Back over here again toward that Benton area, Calvert City to Murray, some lines of or some clusters of storms going up there. These are all moving basically north, but you see over here towards central Kentucky, this is moving northeast. That kind of just shows you the winds are going several directions today, guys. So what that does is it helps those storms. People don't really know this, but this is good information for you. Usually storms move like this. They flip as they're moving, wherever they're moving, okay? Hopefully this is still on the camera. They flip like this. So when you have winds going in several directions, you have wind shear going against the way the storm is moving, well, that helps to flip the storm. And now they're moving like this as they're going across. And that's how you get your rotating storms. They kind of flip on their side. A lot of people think storms move like this, but these are really only associated with severe weather. Most storms move like this horizontally, and then they get more vertical as something flips them. Usually it's wind shear moving against the way the storm is moving. And that helps to flip the storm and to create tornadic activity or extremely severe activity. So hopefully that helps you with determining on why the wind's moving different directions matters. Again, timing windows anywhere between 2 to 11 p.m. Eastern time. These supercells can pop up anywhere. The predictability for supercell initiation is low, so that's why we're really just given a very general window. I'm gonna check over here at radar scope again. We should have a new update. Looks like the rotation starting to actually strengthen a little bit. So definitely, if you were in Tompkinsville, you need to be inside. Of course, you should already be inside because you should be hearing the cowbells go off out there. But if you're not, you need to be inside. Lots of lightning going up on the northwestern side of this as well. That usually indicates rotations happening on the southern side of it. And we're still seeing a little bit of that notch in there, that little pocket, right? So again, every indication here is that the storm is still rotating. Whether or not it's producing a tornado, I don't have eyeballs there. I'm not God. But on radar, at least, this looks like a rotating supercell still pushing through toward that Tompkinsville area. Make sure nothing else is going on here. Okay. Thank you, True. I'm not talking a whole lot right now because I'm trying to pace myself. I know it's going to be a very long day here, and my throat's already hurting, so I'm trying to pace myself. So if you're wondering why I'm not talking as much as I usually do, I'm trying to pace myself for the day. Okay, they dropped the special weather statement finally. I don't know why that was even still up. But let's go ahead and take a look here and see where this thing is traveling. Again, if you're on Highway 163, it's about to cross over your area. If you're on Highway 163 toward Grandview and Tompkinsville, and then, of course, Highway 63 along with that, Highway 100 and Highway 1049. It's immediately approaching your areas. Center Point Road, Tompkinsville Bypass, Lena Road down there in south central Kentucky. This tornado warning storm is about to pass through your area immediately, so you need to be inside at this time. Don't go sit on the porch, folks. You know how many people get hurt because they think they can sit on a porch, and most times they're fine, but that one storm, it gets them. That one storm, it gets them. Weston, I'm not sure. A lot of people are probably tired because I know a lot of folks chased the storms down there in southern Kentucky. I also just realized I don't have my chaser thing on, I don't think. Okay, so we do have a chaser out here for western Kentucky. He's in a good spot. This, it is common.
You gotta keep an eye on this here real quick.
Yeah, it comes over the trees and there's like a little tornado.
You never freaking know, man.
Yeah, so I think that there will be a couple out today, mainly because I think the tornado odds are probably now. This does not mean we're going to see significant, crazy amount of strong or significant tornadoes today, but I think the tornado odds for today are probably the highest we've seen in 2 months. And everyone's been chasing this because this again this is attached to Hurricane Beryl, and everyone's wanting that information. So I do think there will be a few chasers out today. I do think for now, though, like Connor he'll be out in western Kentucky, and I definitely think that's where they'll initially set up, and then they'll move up toward, let's say, Elizabethtown, Owensboro, Louisville areas as the day progresses. I don't think we'll have any eyes out here east of I-65 for now. So, looking at this one here, unfortunately, we don't have any footage there. But again, if you are in Tompkinsville, Grandview, be in your safe spot. Tornado warning is in your area, and that storm is passing over your area immediately. So be inside if you're down there. I want to see what Connor was talking about, though. It looks like he was talking about something there. Let me go ahead and switch back to my headphones real quickly, because I don't want to give you guys a nasty echo that would happen if I just put it through the monitor. Properties. Okay. I'm going to go and turn my volume down because I know this guy's loud. I've seen him several times. He's a loud dude. He's a loud dude. Let's go ahead and see what he's seeing. Once again, before we go over there, though, I want to make sure you guys know. Again, Tompkinsville, Grandview, Harlan Crossroads, Heston, you all need to be in your safe spot. Tornado warning storm is in your area down there. Connor was talking about something. He saw something over the trees.
Mezzo. It's basically the rotating part of the storm.
Goodness, he is so loud.
Norman San Diego, thank you for the super chat, brother. Sorry about I meant to change the camera.
Stupid. Hey, Norman's.
There we go. My goodness.
Wow. Support is unreal, guys.
You guys are legends. As I bang my.
Also, if these guys do any cussing, by the way, when you see a tornado up close, no matter how experienced you are, sometimes it can get you. You know what I'm saying? So if you hear any cussing today, please don't get offended. It's not me doing it. I don't control them. Just know that sometimes adrenaline can take over and things come out of your mouth when you're actually chasing.
This is not the main show.
A long day. I mean, it might become.
If you're looking for any forecast information, once again, it is all over our social medias. Exactly. I can just tell you for now, the severe window is open from 2 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's basically from, let's say, Bowling Green to Lexington to Frankfort, Louisville, Madisonville, Owensboro, Paducah. You're all in an elevated chance to see tornadic activity. Especially if you are in that yellow zone, you're at an even more elevated risk to see tornadic activity all the way until 11 p.m. Eastern Time. It does not mean you'll see it for the entire 9 hours. But just saying that window is open until then. If you're looking for more specific forecast information, I promise you guys, we've been up since 7 a.m. It's all over our social medias.
Bunch of little beans right now. These should organize pretty rapidly within the next couple hours.
Okay, we're gonna get off him for now. I don't think he's really seen anything. I'm not seeing anything anyway. They have shrunk that tornado warning out there for Tompkinsville. Again, they're just kind of trimming off the backside of it. Let's go and check back in. This does look like it's still rotating. So once again, if you're in Tompkinsville or the surrounding areas, make sure that you're in your safe spot. This does look like it's still rotating. Also, we see a nice little correlation drop starting to show up right there if you look at the bottom portion of your screen. So this might still be a rotating supercell producing a tornado on the ground. Again, I don't have any confirmation of it yet. Again, I don't have eyeballs on the ground there. What was that warning signal I heard? Must have been somewhere else. I don't see anything over here. Let's zoom in right here. Yes, a tornado warning is active for Monroe County. So I think the update there. Bowling Green, severe windows open from 2 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, if you need any more specific information, it's on our pages. Lexington's not, there's nothing anywhere remotely close to Lexington. Whoever was asking about that. The orange dot is just a radar signature. So here, I'll click on it for you. Or can I find one? Here we go. It's just a radar signature of how the storm's moving. That's all it is. Yeah, all that information is on our page. Again, right now, guys, we're kind of covering the active tornado warning. If this tornado warning was in your area, you'd want us to cover it specifically as well. Tompkinsville, Kentucky, you're still under that tornado warning. Be in your safe spot. It's about to pass over your area, if it hasn't already. Leo, you just got to scroll on our page, my friend. Louisiana, Kentucky, I would say that window there is open from 2 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time as well. All modes of severe weather on the table there as well. I'm not trying. I want to be very clear that you're going to hear me say refer to our older post today a lot, and I hope you guys don't take that in the wrong way. I just want to be clear that when there's an impactful event that's immediately happening, all of our attention goes to that to help save those lives and save them from getting any damages that may occur. It's not going toward the work that we put in for the last 72 hours. It's already on our pages. So I don't want to sound mean or rude. So if you hear me say that a lot or whatever it may be, and try to refrain from being rude in the chat as well. You know, think of how your words may come across on the screen. I want to make sure we're focusing on the areas that's under immediate impact. We've spent the last 3 or 4 days putting all kinds of forecast information on our Facebook, on our YouTube, on our Twitter for you guys to go watch. It's even on written post as well if you want to read it real quickly instead while you're watching this broadcast. It's all out there. So timing, impacts, greatest risk zones, SVC forecasts, literally everything that you can want to know is on our pages already. So I try to refrain from sounding like a repeating Tom because, like, for example, I've seen 12 comments in the last 3 minutes about Bowling Green from 12 different people, right? If I've answered that 12 different times, you're going to be like, people that are coming in will be like, why are we talking about Bowling Green when we have Tompkinsville that's under a tornado warning, right? And Tompkinsville's not getting the attention they deserve. That's just an example. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just giving an example. So again, that's kind of why we tell you guys to refer to the older posts or the older videos. It's not because we don't want to answer those questions. It's because we want to focus on what's immediately actually happening. So I hope that makes sense. I hope we're not offending anyone. But I wanted to break that down real quick because it's going to be a long day. So if you guys could help me with that throughout the day, that would be great. Again, not in a rude or disrespectful way. Just suggested they go look at the older post, or not even older, but it's we literally just updated everything in the last 45 minutes. So all that information is truly on our pages. And if you don't know where you're at on the map, the easiest thing to do is almost everyone has a smartphone or a computer or something they can access the internet. You open up a map, it gives you a blue or red dot wherever you're at. If you take that, for example, let me open up my phone real quickly, because I know sometimes this can be harder for some folks. We don't know how to remaps. It's okay. But as soon as I open up my maps here, I don't want to expose exactly where I'm living. So let me zoom out a little bit. I know you guys know I live in Ratcliffe, but I don't want to give you the exact street and everything. Real quickly, I just want to kind of go over this because it's going to be a long day. I want you guys to know where you're at on the map comfortably. So if you open up your app, right, it gives you a blue dot. At least for me, I have a Google Pixel 8 Pro. But it's either red or blue dot. You know where that's at, right? If you zoom out a couple times, obviously you know where your city's at. But if you zoom out and you find a bigger city, for example, if I zoom out and I find a bigger city like Louisville, right, near me, I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I suck at doing this, right? And I know my blue dot's a little bit down to the left of it. Well, then I'm going to go and I'm going to look at this, right? And I'm going to see Louisville's right there. Because my town's small. My town's Ratcliffe. It's not going to pop up on a map. But if I see Louisville right there, and I know I'm a little bit down to the left, and I know the shape of my county, right? My shape of my county is Hardin County right here. I know that I'm in this yellow zone at that point, right? Same thing can be said for, like, Shelbyville. Shelbyville is not going to pop up on a map, but they know they're between Frankfort and Louisville. Well, if you're between Frankfort and Louisville, right, you know you're in the yellow zone. So that's kind of what I tell folks all the time for people that, may struggle. Some people just straight up struggle to read maps, and that's okay. No one's perfect. But that's what I tell folks all the time is that's the easiest way to do it is find your blue dot, zoom out a little bit, find a bigger city near you that is always on a map, and then kind of just learn the shape of your county and where it might be in correspondence to that bigger city. Gail, I appreciate that. Sarah, thank you for that update there. Morgan, thank you. Tornado warning is right here. Dude, I have to break my neck just look up at the comments anymore. I need to move my screen down lower. I'm gonna pull up the screen here for you. Tornado warning is still active for Tompkinsville. It's passing over Tompkinsville right now, and heading toward Grandview. If there is a tornado on the ground, it would be in this little notch right here, passing over Highway 1049 more specifically, and in between Highway 100 and 1049, I should say, and heading to the northeast toward Meshach Road out there just outside of the warning box. So let's go ahead and look in the radar scope here and see if this thing is still rotating. A little bit. It looks like it's starting to die down a little bit. I think they would allow this to expire, maybe, and give it a severe warning box. Caitlin, I have no eyes down there to actually know for sure if it's on the ground, but on radar, it does look like it's rotating. Braylon, I don't cover Clarksville, Tennessee, but I believe Clarksville is right next to Hopkinsville. So if I ever mention Hopkinsville or Oak Grove, you kind of know what's happening in Clarksville at that point, if that gives you any help. Cassia. Oh my god, I know I just butchered that name. I'm so sorry. Keisha. I'm so sorry. You know who I'm talking to. I don't know why there's not already a tornado warning or tornado watch out. I genuinely don't. I'm actually about to message my team and see if I missed it, because I'm actually flabbergasted that there's not already a tornado watch out. They've expanded that tornado warning now to now include marrowbone, debris, persimmon. What are these names down here in southern Kentucky? Waterview. Those places down there in south central Kentucky, you have now been included in that tornado warning as well. I feel like I'm like missing something, because I genuinely don't know why there's not already a watch out. I mean, we have supercells firing. I mean, Taylor, it's on our last broadcast. If you go to our last broadcast at the end of the toward the end of the video, we showed Samuel. I think he's sleeping right now. Ashley, thank you for the update there. Mike, it's okay. We're here to help. Tiffany, I don't believe so, because they're so small. So if we had like a massive line of storms, that's a great question, by the way. If we had a massive line of storms, right, and this is all filled in with storms, well, then you can have some energy drained. But when you only have, you know, a cell here, some small rain showers here, it looks like this might turn into something here. We'll have to keep an eye on that. You have some rain showers here, rain showers here. I mean, just look at, you have all these gaps, right? You have a gap here, a gap here, a big gap here, nothing happening up here, barely anything happening up here. That's not going to do anything to it. It might temporarily, so wherever the storm goes over, it might temporarily drain it a little bit, but it's going to quickly refuel back up because there's so many gaps. That's why supercells are typically your most dangerous forms, because they can occur repeatedly, because they're not really, the energy isn't really being tanked down. Okay, Kelly. Morgan, thank you for the update. Alex, if you need any forecast information, it's on our pages, but the window for Owensboro is 2 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. All modes of severe weather are on the table. I'm going to zoom in on this tornado warning real quick. I'm going to grab another water bottle and use the forecaster's room real quickly. Don't go anywhere. The video's not ending. I'm just taking a quick bathroom break. Okay, we're back now. Sorry about that. It's gonna be a long day. I had to use the bathroom. Drink a lot of water today. Whereas the warning is the big red box that's on your screens for Marrowbone to Tompkinsville to debris. No tornado watch out yet. Not really sure why. I'm kind of floored that there's not a watch out yet. I don't really know why. I don't know what they're waiting for, but hey, we'll roll with it. I mean, you guys know what's up. We've told you guys. Let's go look at radar scope real quickly. Let's go and switch radars. Make sure. Still a little bit of rotation going on there. Again, nothing super impressive, and that'll kind of be the case all day. But nothing super impressive with this. But however, it's still there just enough to warrant that warning. In fact, it almost looks like it's more hail driven than it is. I mean, you got a nice little hail signature down there, just north of Tompkinsville. I'm gonna take a look real quickly. There's all my stuff. Oh, I didn't want to close that one out. No. Temperatures, okay. Take a real quick look at this. This is brand new, just came out. I'm not really sure why they haven't issued the watch yet. Maybe they think it's going to rain too much. I have no idea because they just put out a 3 out of 5 risk for everyone. I'm not really sure why they haven't issued that watch yet. Honestly, I'm just as floored as you guys are about it. Brittany, you're just kind of playing with, playing with fire there. Supercells can initiate it at any point, so I don't advise traveling. No. Yeah, it's okay. A lot of people confuse watch and warning. W Records, thank you for tuning in over there on YouTube. Can you see if something's popping up for Owensboro? There's nothing. I mean, you can kind of see it for yourself. You got a couple rain showers going on, but these haven't matured just yet. Right now, no one needs to be in their safe spot up there. Carolyn with the 50 stars, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. I mean, Katie, yeah, there's always a chance of that, but it just does not look very likely. I mean, you can kind of see for yourself. There's still not a whole lot of convergence going on. Okay. I'm trying to communicate and see why there's not a watch out. I just don't know. Kelly with the 45 stars, thank you so much. Let's go and zoom back into the tornado warning box here. If you're looking for forecast information on what to expect throughout the day, all of that information is on our page in both video form and in post form. Right now, we're focused on the tornado warned area. I'll tell you right now, just very generally, the window for severe weather is anywhere between now, obviously, to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. For anyone that's in that yellow or red zone, or orange zone, whatever you want to call it, for the National Weather Service. Here, I'll show you real quickly. But again, anyone in this yellow or orange zone, even the green zone, has to be watching today as well. If you need any more specific information than that, all that is on our Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can go watch or read it at any point that you like. Corrine, thank you for the 500 stars. I appreciate that. Big donation. Thank you so much. No, E-Town is not good for today. Under severe threat until 11 p.m. Eastern time. Same thing for the Louisville area, 2 to 11 p.m. Eastern time for all modes of severe weather. Trying to figure out why there's no watch. Not even a discussion of a watch. I'm trying to see if they're seeing something that we're not, because sometimes when that happens, like they could be seeing something that we're not seeing. But I mean, I'm not sure why. I'm looking at everything on the side monitor over here while the warning's up. Yeah, 3,000 joules of cape down there. You got let's go look at the 500 millibar layer. Sorry, I know I'm kind of talking to myself a little bit. Yeah, plenty of winds there. Tornado index is increasing. I don't know, guys. I don't know. If it were me, that watch would have been out 40 minutes ago. I genuinely don't know. So for those of you that are asking why there's not a watch out, we don't control those. I'm not quite sure why there's not a watch out. Maybe they're waiting on something. I'm not sure. Janet, I probably wouldn't risk it. So again, if you're just not tuning in here with us, there is a tornado warning that is active for Waterview, Marrowbone, debris down there in south central Kentucky. Let's go ahead and look at the radar scope and look at the velocities here. It does look like it's strengthening once again. So again, this is pretty clear indication of rotation still ongoing down there for those portions of south central Kentucky, just to the northeast of Tompkinsville. More specifically, going toward Highway 90, Highway 496, under immediate impact within the next 5 minutes there. And then if this continues on beyond this area, it'll be toward Breeding, Cundiff, and Fairplay. Those will be your next up areas. The next big area would be up near is Columbia and Russell Springs. But that's a little bit down the road, so we'll wait on that. See where he's heading. Looks like he's trying to get up toward the northeast there.
The state? Oh yeah, there is one random tornado and tornado warning in far south central Kentucky.
Yeah, no, I think we're pretty dialed in on the target here today.
The way he talks cracks me up. Finally. A watch will be coming soon, guys. A watch will be coming soon. Potential for supercells posing a risk for tornadoes likely to increase through 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, particularly near the Ohio River near west of Greater Louisville. So again, for those of you that are asking about, hey, what's going on here? So listen up. Anywhere between, let's say, Frankfort, Shelbyville, Louisville, going down, Bardstown, Elizabethtown, going down even further, Campbellsville, Adair County, going down even further, Hart County, going down toward Bowling Green, back over to the west here toward Hopkinsville, Tompkinsville, going even further west toward Murray, going up north now toward Owensboro, Henderson, Madisonville, anywhere within that brown circle, Litchfield. You're going to be under a tornado watch, and it is 95% likely that they issue this watch. And I don't know why it came so late, but at least they finally got it going. I'm not sure what took them so long. So again, there's your watch that everyone's been asking about. Again, not sure what in the world took them so long to get that thing going. It's not issued yet, but the discussion is occurring to issue it. That's basically what that means. But it will be issued. Again, I don't know what took them so long. I don't know if they were out on lunch or what it might have been, but sometimes that's how it goes. That's what we're here for. I mean, I can't make the map much bigger. I mean, it's just the font. I can't like actually make the names any bigger than this. It's just the default of how it comes. I mean, I can only zoom in and out, my friend. Again, looking for any specific forecast information, that's all over our social medias, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You can find it all in written post form or in video form. So please go refer to those videos and posts that we've made throughout the last 48 hours, especially even the one that we just made an hour and a half ago. It is out there for you guys to know exactly what to expect tonight. Again, we're not going to answer specific towns and stuff like that right now because we are covering an active tornado warning. Sorry, just communicating with my team real quick. All right. Jiminy crickets. Current warning still going. Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar scope real quickly and see how it's going. It looks like it's starting to fall apart once again. But that's kind of been the case with this one. It's been falling apart and getting back together and falling apart and getting back together. But it's still a tornado warning. It's still active. From Marrowbone, Debris, Waterview, Kentucky. You need to be in your safe spots at this time. This thing has been warned ever since Tompkinsville, Kentucky. Yeah, Paige, we've gotten a couple of. I will say we've gotten. I've seen a few funnel cloud reports. I haven't seen any actual touchdown reports yet, but sometimes those can be a little bit delayed. So we'll keep an eye out for it. But I have seen quite a few funnel cloud reports from this morning. Columbia, I wouldn't do it yet because this is probably about 45 minutes to an hour away. Probably about close, yeah, probably closer to 40 to 45 minutes. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I want to say real quickly as well, out here toward Hopkinsville and Lewisburg, kind of start watching a little bit closer. These cells are starting to get that shape, the kind of early signal shape that you look for in terms of supercells. They're not there yet, but just kind of keep a loose eye. I'm actually going to take a look with the velocities and everything over here and kind of see what's going on. Okay, go already on that. Zoom in here toward Hopkinsville and stuff. It's not there yet, but you can kind of see right here. It's already getting some reversing winds. So that one, especially for Fort Campbell North going toward Pembroke and Hopkinsville, kind of just keep an eye on it with me here. And even this one is starting to get there. It's not there yet, but starting to. So Lewisburg, Kentucky, need to be kind of watching a little bit closer as well. Yes, Jessica. These storms are still pretty far from E-Town. But again, these supercells can pop up nearly anywhere in that warm sector. So like as you can see, they popped up down here. They popped up over here. Here, put my marker on real quick. Let's go ahead and pull this over here. They popped up here. They popped up here. They're even popping up all the way up here to the Ohio River. We'll have to keep an eye on those really closely. But they're even popping up all the way up here, all the way out here. So again, these cells can pop up anywhere in this warm sector, and pretty much all of western and central Kentucky is in that warm sector. Here I can even turn. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a little bit behind. We're going to turn that back off. Again, just not tuning in here with us, there's still a tornado warning active for Marrowbone, Debris, Kentucky, and Waterview, Kentucky. Again, nothing is currently active in Lewisburg, but I'm just kind of keeping a loose eye on it for now because it just has that shape. You know what I mean? Has whenever we see that C or we start seeing like for example this one right here. This one's definitely got an early look to it where it has that C to it, and you have these little notches within that C. It usually indicates that the storm is trying to rotate. It's not quite there yet. And this one is not as tight as this one down here, but just kind of keeping an eye on it. Just kind of keeping an eye on it. They might have to issue a severe thunderstorm warning out here because this hail core is actually growing, and hail is actually the lowest threat today. But this one looks like it's going a little bit more elevated because once again it's running away from the actual main energy. So they might have to. I think they're going to cancel this or allow this tornado warning to expire and put a severe thunderstorm warning on it. Again, Sam, anytime between now and 11 p.m. Eastern time is go time. If you guys need any more specific information than that, all of that information for your forecast on what to expect is all over our social medias on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Looks like Connor's trying to race up.
Strengthening low-level mesocyclones, a near-surface boundary layer associated dew points increasing to 75 degrees. Low-level upward accelerations may become increasingly conductive to tornadic potential in evolving supercell structures. That's the story, chat. So
did they say tornadoes?
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, they just basically said that the environment should be.
I'm just kind of reading real quick. Okay. The only tornado warning active right now is for northeastern Monroe County, northwestern Cumberland County, and southeastern Metcalfe counties. That is the only tornado warning active at this moment. Perform, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Again, guys, don't forget to hit the share button. I appreciate everyone that's sharing the broadcast. Thank you guys so much for helping us spread the information out on what to expect and keeping these folks safe and informed. Time frame is 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Miguel expects strong to severe weather anywhere between 2 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, guys, if you need any more specific information than that, it's all over our social medias. I promise you guys. Just take the 5 minutes and go look. You'll find all the information that you need. Okay. You need to cancel that tornado warning. I don't think that's more indicative of, unless that absorbs it and it creates more inflow. That's probably why they're leaving it up, to see how these two cells that are behind it. So this was separate a little bit ago. Now it's starting to get inflown right into the actual cell itself. And sometimes that can increase rotation. So that's probably why they're leaving it up. Here's your current radar for those of you that are asking real quickly. Yes, these storms are generally moving north-northeast. Nothing to report yet in Lewisburg. Queen, welcome back home. Glad you got back home safely. It's because you're still in the same. It's just, you're still in the same county as the warning box technically, but this is moved out of Tompkinsville area. Yeah, I'll put this in emotional quickly for you guys as well, so you can see how they're moving. He's doing great, LaQuinn, and thank you for asking. We'll zoom into here, and then I'm gonna catch up with our team and some other things here real quickly while this is kind of stalled out a little bit. It looks like this one's really starting to slow down almost. It's like it's kind of felt like it's just kind of set there, hasn't it? It hasn't really moved a whole lot. Which usually indicates that this is probably going more toward an elevated storm, which usually tells us that this is going to be more hail-based than tornado-based. But nonetheless, this is still a tornado warning that is active, so make sure that you're inside. Again, I'm still here. I'm just kind of catching up on all the latest analysis real quickly. Oh, this is going to be a long day. I'm already tired. This is going to be a long day. Hey, but we'll be right here with you guys. There is not a tornado warning in Lewisburg. Whoever commented that. Chelsea, thank you for the update. There you go. Whoever asked for me to zoom in. I made anywhere between now and 11 p.m. Eastern time. You got to remember that even if so, for example, you see how this warning box is going a little bit into this county here. It will set off the entire county's sirens. So you got to remember that even if I'm trying to get here we go. So here's the county line. So I just want to kind of break this down real quickly because a lot of you are panicking a little bit. I don't want you to panic. So here's the county line. So even though the tornado warned storm is up here moving this way away from the county, because the box includes this county still, which it needs to be trimmed, but because it does still include that portion of the county, the entire county's sirens system will go off. So if you're in Tompkinsville and down here and Fountain Run and you're still hearing sirens, well, it's because of this cell that's still somehow warned for your portion of the northeastern portion of the county. The entire county's siren system will go off. But just know that it has exited your area and you are safe. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this one once again. Looks like it's still rotating. Again, it's nothing super like overtly impressive. Usually you want to see these a little bit tighter, a little bit smaller, a little bit closer together. But it's still a general like broad rotation signature that's been going on with this for the last hour or so. Starting to see a lot more convection popping up out here for Western Kentucky. So here's your, by the way, here's your main line that will move through Western Kentucky here soon, Central Kentucky later on tonight. And everything in front of this is prefrontal initiation or supercells that are going up. So at any point, any one of these can turn into tornadoes. And these will be traveling northeast. So that's why we've given you guys the very broad window, because we not only have these right here, but we actually have the main line, a part of the actual hurricane front, which is of course not a hurricane anymore. I should stop saying that. It's depression, tropical depression. This is the actual line that's associated with it. So again, any of these can go up at any moment. That's why we've been live with you guys. Emily, anytime between 2 to 11 p.m. Eastern time. Dylan, you're in the window for severe weather from 2 to 11 p.m. Eastern time, my friend. Again, I'm going to give you guys very general answers because I'm focusing more on the active tornado warning that's currently impacting areas. But just know all the specific forecast information is genuinely all over our social medias. You can go look at it anytime. They're both in written post form and in video form. We've had some cells that are firing over here toward Richmond and Lexington, which none of this showed up on model data at all. So even the people that aren't included, I mean, look at this. I mean, here's your risk map from the SPC. Pikeville and Prestonsburg, you're not even included in a severe risk. You're only in a thunderstorm risk. But here you are having strong cells pop up out here. So, I mean, genuinely, if I'm anywhere in Kentucky tonight, because of the way that this thing is going, if I'm anywhere in Kentucky tonight, I'm paying attention to whatever weather outlet I choose, right? It doesn't have to be us. It could be anyone you choose, but I'm just saying, I'm paying attention tonight. Just because we're already seeing cells go up in areas where there really shouldn't be cells going up. I mean, it's just sometimes it's how the cookie crumbles. Sorry, I'm communicating with the team real quick. All these storms are moving mainly north-northeast. There is no tornado watch out just yet, but I'm sure it will be coming very, very soon. I don't know why it's not out yet, but I don't control those. Gamelia. Okay, let's take a look back at this again. Yeah, this tornado warning probably needs to be canceled. I'm almost seeing a three-body spike here, which usually indicates that once again that this is more hail-based. So if there's anyone like in Burkesville or even up toward, not Edmonton, but what's in between those two areas? Marrowbone, Breeding, Bakerton. Let me know what you guys are seeing because the radar is kind of spelling a different image than what the warning is currently for. Of course, do so safely. But just kind of let me know because, again, sometimes radars can show one thing and then reality is a different thing, right? And of course, I can't have eyes there because I'm here. But I'm just curious because for a little while now, this has been showing a nice hail spike, but they're still going with a tornado warning and not a severe thunderstorm warning. So I'm just kind of confused a little bit. I'm not saying this is not a tornado by any means. You still need to be in your safe spot. But to me, to my eyeballs, it's looking more like a large hail threat than it is a tornado threat. But again, reality versus radar can be two different things sometimes. Reactive anytime, you're including that severe threat until 11 p.m. Eastern time. But all that information is on our page for you to learn what to expect throughout the night.
The river, when it could go nuts. I mean, because these ones are just as much. What was I just gonna say? I just lost my train of thought entirely. Oh, I said the 10%. The 10% is just as much in Indiana than it is Kentucky. So I mean,
it's like a 50-50 split.
Right.
Mason, thank you for the super chat.
Wait, what?
Still just kind of, I'm refreshing every like 3 minutes to see if this watch comes out yet. I don't know why it's not out yet. But for those of you that are just not tuning in that may have missed it, here's the discussion area, which usually leads to a watch. So you can see the watch probability 95%. Potential for supercells posing a risk for tornadoes are likely to increase through 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern time, particularly near the Ohio River near west of Greater Louisville. That's got to be a typo. That doesn't make any sense. Am I just tired? Particularly near the Ohio River or west of Greater Louisville. But I don't know why they would say that and then have the line all the way over here far east of Louisville. I don't know. Sometimes the NWS confuses me a little bit. Yeah, this is, I mean, let's see here. There's still a little bit of rotation with it, but it's not much. I bet you they'll allow this to expire. They're just kind of watching it for now. I bet you they'll allow it to expire and then put a severe warning on that. Amanda, thank you for the update there. Lisa, thank you for your update. Shonda, thank you for your update. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone that has shared the broadcast as well. Thank you guys so much for helping us spread the information. I can't tell you guys again how many times we get messages thinking or letting us know that they saw our content through just a general Facebook share. It helps keep them informed. Someone says the tornado watch is out. I haven't gotten it yet, but I don't doubt it. Sometimes stuff is a little bit slow. Let me open up the other radar real quickly, our third radar of the day. Oh, I forgot I had all this on. Let me turn this off. Okay. Yep, there it is. Sometimes other stuff is slow, sometimes it goes fast. There we go. Thank you whoever gave me the heads up on that. I'm going to turn that back off. It's in the middle of the screen. I got to fix that. Why are you not giving me the city labels that I want? Ay, ay, ay. Sometimes stuff works, sometimes it doesn't work. There we go. That's more like it. All right, give me just 1 minute to share this out to our social medias real quickly. Like I said, we've been updating those as well, so everything's getting updated. Most days, yeah. Sometimes stuff works, sometimes it doesn't work. That's why we have backups. Oh, I probably have to see how long this goes to. Until midnight. That makes sense. They've extended that tornado warning, really? Okay. I'll go over the extended tornado warning in just 1 moment. I'm getting the tornado watch shared out, and then I'll show the tornado watch once again as well, because I know I kind of just flashed it real quickly. 1 second, y'all. All right. There we go. Okay, new tornado watch is active for Russell Springs, Glens Ford, Cundiff, just barely including Columbia as well. So let's go ahead and read the bulletin here. And ping pong ball sized hail also expected with this storm. So now they're finally attaching the hail threat with it that we've been talking about for the last 20 minutes. Central Russell County, North Central Cumberland County, Eastern Adair County, and South Central Kentucky until 2:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 2:06, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 7 miles northwest of Burkesville, Kentucky, moving northeast at 25 mile per hour. Hazard is tornado and ping pong ball sized hail. This dangerous storm will be near Columbia around 2:35 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So again, if you're in Columbia, 2:35 p.m. Central Daylight Time. If you're Russell Springs, probably about 2:30 Central Daylight Time as well. But again, I think this is more. Let me go look for. I think this is more hail based than it is tornado based. I would have gone severe thunderstorm warning if it was me, but to each their own. At least they included the hail threat finally. But again, you kind of see it for yourself. I'm not really seeing any. I mean, there's rotation there for sure, but this kind of rotation right here, where it's very broad like this, very dull colors, usually indicate hail. And if you look down to the bottom left portion of your screen too, this is the digital vertically integrated liquid, and that usually is our hail chart there. When it's lit up like that, usually indicates a nice hail core involved with that storm. And they still have not canceled this old one. My goodness. They better drink their coffee soon. Else it's gonna be a long day for them hearing from me. Okay, now that we've got the warning covered, I'll show you the watch once again. Let me pull it up real quickly. There you go. Here's the watch that is currently active. Here, let me just pull it up on the radar because that's really blurry. Let's just pull it up on the radar. Here's your watch that is active until midnight Eastern Time. It goes all the way from northern Kentucky to Lexington to Danville, Somerset, Albany, back over to the west to include Bowling Green, Elizabethtown, Louisville, Madisonville, Ledbetter, Murray, all the way out in western Kentucky. Zoom in a little bit more here for you. I'll leave this up for just a minute while I run to the bathroom. Here is the tornado watched area, and if you can see the flashing tornado warning, here's the current warning that's active as well. Columbia to Russellville, need to be in your safe spot. You have about 20 minutes till it gets to your area. I'm going to the bathroom real quickly and getting a new water bottle. Hopkinsville is the bottom left portion of your screen. You ever said they can't read Hopkinsville? Sorry, I just got back. It's right there. It's highlighted in yellow now. Again, this is the watch. If you need to refer to this later on tonight, it is already on our social media, so you can go back and look at it. All right, done with that one for now. Tornado warning is still active for Columbia, Russell Springs, and Jamestown in south central Kentucky down there. Still going. They finally let that one expire. Wow. And again, I'm just not seeing tornadic rotation here. I'm actually even seeing a 3-body spike here. Which indicates more of a hell threat. I'm not really sure why this is still tornado warned, unless I'm seeing something, unless I'm not seeing something. All right. B County included in that tornado watch till midnight Eastern time. Cody, Sable's doing great, man. Thank you for asking. All right.
Going for that supercell, like, kind of, let's see, what location, what town is that supercell by?
Like Centralville or something?
Yeah, like Centralville, headed up towards Central City.
It looks like they're heading towards Central City. It looks like they're heading toward this one up here. So we'll keep an eye on that because I also agree it's got a nice little. It's got the early look. It's got the early look that you look for. But to be really to be fair, a lot of these have that early look that you look for. Central City or Bremen, nothing currently actually happening up there right now, but still under that watch till midnight Eastern time. Yeah, we're in constant communication with the Hardin County Fair people. We have made our advisements to them. What they do with them, it's up to them, but we made our advisements. Again, not really seeing a whole lot in terms of tornadic rotation, but I'm still seeing a nice hell core with this one that's heading toward Russell Springs, Jamestown, and Columbia, Kentucky. Linda, I appreciate that trust. Thank you so much. Marlene, you're in that tornado watch till midnight Eastern time. Sorry, just catching up. We're talking with a lot of folks. There goes that one near Hopkinsville that we've been watching a little bit. This is the one that was back over here toward Lafayette when I said, hey, Hopkinsville, you kind of need to keep an eye on things. This is that one. And here it goes. It's starting to mature now. Let's go ahead and take a look over here toward Hopkinsville. I'm going to refresh the radar on radar scope anyway. Shelby, I use radar scope, radar Omega, and WSV3. All right, let's go ahead and take a look over here real quickly. Let's switch over to the Paducah radar, actually. Probably get a better view of it. Let's go here. Come on, click. Thank you. And we'll go to tilt 2. I'm not really seeing a whole lot, but to be fair, it's right next to a radar, which, as you see here, the radar is located here. And sometimes when that occurs, it can be a little bit, it can give out a false image on the actual storms that are near that radar. So to be fair, just because we're not really seeing it right now does not mean it's not happening. It's in a very favorable spot. When I switch over to the other radars, you can kind of see it a little bit, like right there. It's just not a very clear image. So we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. So let's go ahead and read that bulletin. Let me go ahead and switch back over here to the Hopkinsville radar. Okay, let's read the bulletin here. Tornado warning for East Central Christian County and Northwestern Todd County in South Central Kentucky until 2:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 2:18, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Hopkinsville, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. This thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of East Central Christian and Northwestern Todd counties. So that's your bulletin there for that one. And we still have this tornado warning over here for Russell Springs, Columbia, and Jamestown, Kentucky. And it looks like it's starting to approach that Columbia area. You got less than 5 minutes. Russell Springs got about 5 to 10 minutes. More specifically, it's starting to approach Highway 80 out there in South Central Kentucky. So there's your 2 warnings at this current time. Again, for Fearsville, going over here toward Oval and Pleasant Hill, Kentucky. And then back over here for Columbia, Russell Springs, and Jamestown. Again, if you are looking for forecast information or don't know what to expect for tonight, all of that information is all over our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, both in video form and in post form. So you can go read or watch and learn about what to expect in your areas on our pages. Sorry, just catching up over here. These cloud breaks are still going on. I mean, look, you got all these storms going on. This is why we don't think that these are going to tank the energy down very much. Because if you look at the satellite here, I'll go ahead and zoom it in even further to Kentucky itself. You see there's still a lot of breaks in the clouds. Still a lot of heating going on. You got to remember, it's only 3 o'clock. We're just now getting into peak heating. So a lot of heating still going on out there. So that's why we feel like tonight is a pretty solid threat. I mean, we've already seen, I think, 5 tornado warnings. Are they heading south now? Oh my goodness.
Of this one, the tornado warning is pretty decent, right? Terrain,
I mean, it just depends where they go. It's pretty spotty. It's like there's small areas of like, oh yeah, if it goes there, where it's good. And there's other areas of like, oh.
I think it's heading straight for Central City, Rockport, like the one.
Severe thunderstorm warning up here for northern Meade County, looks like now. Tornado possible tag with it as well. And again, that is for northwestern Meade County and north central Breckenridge County. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and nickel-sized hail, the threat up there for those portions of Kentucky. Again, out here toward far eastern Kentucky, I'll go ahead and take a real quick look out here. It's not as strong as everywhere else, so that's why we haven't focused on it too much. But out here for Elkhorn City, got a nice strong thunderstorm there. Not severe, but 50-mile-per-hour winds, the main threat for that location currently. That's not the radar we want to be on. We want to be down here. Misty will not. Human on YouTube, thank you for that comment and that update. I appreciate that. Doesn't look like it's severe at this time, but it does look like it's quite strong. Again, if you're just now tuning in here with us, welcome on in here. I'm George Herbig, Chief Forecaster with Weather Now Kentucky. We do have 2 tornado warnings that are active right now for Fearsville, Carl, Oval, and Pleasant Hill, Kentucky, out there just out there just northeast of Hopkinsville, and then over here for Columbia, Russell Springs, Highway 80, Highway 1729, for those areas out in south central Kentucky as well. A severe thunderstorm warning is also ongoing for northwestern portions of Meade County, northeastern portions of Breckinridge County. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are the main threat there. I want to take a real quick second. Thank you guys for all the shares that you are doing on the broadcast. I appreciate you all helping us to spread the forecast and the information around. Thank you for helping us keep folks informed. Shares are really, 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 really important. Thank you guys a lot for that. All right. Overall, though, still some spotty thunder shower activity going on out here for western Kentucky. These will get stronger as they move further into Kentucky. So don't look at that right now and think, hey, this is not going as forecasted or whatever. This is so far. Everything has gone as forecasted, and this will continue to get stronger as these lift more into our state. Amber, I hate using the word smaller tornadoes, but these will mainly be brief spin-up tornadoes, but they still can be quite strong, even though they're brief. But yes, I think there will be numerous brief tornadoes. I mean, that's a solid hour away from Morgantown, so it's really hard to say. These things can wiggle as they're moving. I would just say, stay tuned. All right, take a look at the current charts here. I'm zooming a little bit more here for you guys so you guys can see that a little bit better. I'm going to get up to date on our current analysis. Again, the severe window is open all the way till midnight Eastern time if you're included in that tornado watch. So you can expect, I would give you guys more specific times, but really these supercells can pop up at any point. So I don't want to say, hey, expect it, here or here or here, because genuinely they can pop up at any point. I don't know. I wouldn't judge the strength of the tornadoes yet, Chesney. I would say they will be brief, but judging the strength of it beforehand probably wouldn't be the best idea. Tornado warning has just been active in southern or northern Tennessee. This would track up toward Russellville and Elkton, so it's not there yet. But just make sure you keep an eye on the radar here with us live on Facebook and YouTube as this one gets going up here toward that Russellville and Elkton area, mainly Russellville for those areas down there, south central Kentucky. So things are starting to get going here once again. We have 3 tornado warnings active around the area, 2 in-state, 1 out-of-state. Lightning is abundant. Yes, Steve. Yes, Calvin, you are. So this was near Catawba, Kentucky, about 10 minutes ago. You can see that even though this one isn't tornado warned or severe warned, look at that funnel cloud that was coming off of that. And so this is what we're talking about. Some of these are going to be missed. That's just how it's going to be. The radar is going to show one thing. What's happening in reality sometimes is a little bit of a different thing. Right? This hasn't even been warned or severe warned or tornado warned in any type of way. And just look at how thick the funnel cloud is coming off of that. So even though they will be brief, and yes, they will be spin-ups, they can still be strong. I just want to make that very clear. And again, that was Catawba, Kentucky. So that was out here toward this portion. Let me try to, it's a very small town, so I'm trying to zoom in and find it for you. It's somewhere right here, ain't it? There it is. So that was likely this one here. So we'll keep an eye on that. They've canceled the warning for Hopkinsville. That was real quick. That was real quick. That warning was up for like 5 minutes. That's what I was talking about. I didn't really see a whole lot when we were over here on Radarscope. I didn't see a whole lot here. But again, it was in that kind of that radar hole that we talked about. So I wasn't, 100% sure. They might have to warn this one up here. Rochester, you're not currently under a warning. But this is kind of looking a little bit mischief right here. It's also got that backward C that we talked about. Actually, it's got the regular C, I'm sorry. But it still has a C shape. Kind of keep an eye on this. Not warned for anything. But I want to keep Rochester on a little bit of alert down there in southwestern Kentucky as well. So one active tornado warning in the state right now. Still this one going strong over here for Russell Springs and Columbia, Kentucky. Columbia has now been shaved off of the tornado warned box. Going more toward Russell Springs and Horntown, Webb's Crossroads out there in south central Kentucky. You saw that one there. Another tornado warning not in the state, but threatening the Elkton to Russellville areas. Heads up in the next 20 to 30 minutes there. We'll keep an eye on that one for you as well. And I want to start watching these three as they get a little bit more north here toward Morgantown and Caneyville and Litchfield and Brownsville. They might gain some strength and mature a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on those as well. So lots of supercells starting to go up here in southwestern and south central Kentucky. Those will continue to lift north throughout the night. No, Sarah, because it was an old report, so they can't issue something that's happened in the past. You know what I mean? Lily, you're under a tornado watch till midnight Eastern time. That's a great question, Kara. So from about now until about 7 to 8 p.m., it's more of the supercellular fashion. And then about 7 to 8 p.m., you see this line out here. It'll slowly move to the east, gain strength. And then this one will be severe as it heads more toward, let's say, central Kentucky and out here for places in the middle of the state. So we have a few different modes to watch tonight. No, I believe that was an old photo because they said it was in Catawba, which is here. There's nothing here. Only thing remotely near there is this storm up here. So I'm assuming it was an old photo. And there's that warning we talked about. We just talked about this 2 minutes ago. Tornado warning is active now. Let's go ahead and make sure we're on the correct radar here. Okay, we are. And let's go ahead and read the bulletin here. Tornado warning is active for southeastern Muhlenberg County and south central Kentucky until 3:15 p.m. Central Time. At 2:31, a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Dunmore, or 14 miles southeast of Central City, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of southeastern Muhlenberg County. So there's that warning we just talked about. It's a 43-minute long warning, and they have it for half the box. It's not even included in it. What in the world are they doing today? The reason I'm mad about this is because now you're going to have this counties, right? You're going to have this down here. They're going to be worried. And this isn't even anywhere near this, or this isn't in the storm right now. And it's also moving away from it. Like, what? But nonetheless, so this is the one we looked at with the very bright colors. This is what you more so look for when you're looking for rotating thunderstorms. You see how you got the bright colors really close together up here, and then down here on the bottom right portion of your screen, you have those blue and those yellows and those greens in a nice, almost circle fashion. I would bet that this one is probably the best signature that we've seen today. So I mean, if I'm in Rochester and if I'm anywhere down here toward Highway 369, Ennis, Kentucky, Highway 106, I'm in my safe spot because this is probably the greatest signature that we've seen today. And I'm kind of hoping, I bet you they're heading for it. Let's see. Yeah, they're gonna try to intercept this on Interstate 165. I bet you they come over here and then down, and they try to intercept this when it gets to Morgantown. So we might actually have some eyes on this in a minute. Tornado warning. I don't want to let this one go either. Still active over here for Russell Springs, Font Hill, Ella, those areas in that box as well. Although, once again, let me go ahead and take a look at it before I put my foot in my mouth. I don't see, yeah, still not seeing a whole lot, but to be fair, this is kind of in a radar gap here, so it's kind of hard to tell. So I don't mind them leaving the warning up just in case, because once again, it's in that radar gap. It's really hard to tell sometimes. Okay, this one's really starting to get going. Rochester, you need to be inside. You're starting to see some of these oranges and blues showing up. Those are your higher wind speeds. So, for example, this orange right here, that's 72 mile per hour winds, right? 97 mile per hour winds, right? And you have them right next to 64 mile. I mean, this could be a solid tornado on the ground if and even if it's not, you're looking at some strong wind speeds here. So if you're in Rochester, you need to be inside. Let's go ahead. We're gonna, So they're putting out a special weather statement for this now. So this tornado warning is either going to be canceled or allowed to expire. So we're gonna stop focusing on this one a little bit. I don't think it's been anything for the last half hour, and now they're finally catching on to it as well. We're gonna focus a lot on this one over here. And before I dive into it, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quickly. You know, once again, a lot of water Mountain Dew today. I'll put this into motion for you. Rochester, you need to be inside. All right, there we go. All right, let's turn this off now. Where's my mouse at? What in the world? Mouse? There we go. Okay, turn that off. Turn that off. Yeah, this is looking pretty messy. Because now we don't have really the rotation signature, right? But we do have, I mean, we still do a little bit. Right there and right there. But now we have, I mean, just a wall of winds. This is a messy storm in Rochester. You need to be inside regardless. Let's go take a look around. The tornado warning has been canceled, which is great. We've been asking for that for about the last 20 minutes. Great job by the NWS there. So now we have just the tornado warning out here for Rochester, Kentucky. And then we still have this one down here, northern Tennessee, that will be threatening the Russellville area and Guthrie down here, south central Kentucky, here soon. Yes, Rochester, you're under a tornado warning. Or you're technically just outside of it, but I would bet that this is kind of pivoting its way. I would be in your safe spot. And then beyond this, Provo, Mining City, you need to be in your safe spots as well, or get them ready at least in case this thing holds together. By the way, if you're just not tuning in here with us, I want to make a quick note. A lot of people are asking. Tornado Watch is active for those of you that are highlighted in pink. So if you are in pink, you are under a Tornado Watch until midnight Eastern time. And again, these little pink sections are the actual tornado warnings, although that's old. Amber, I would love to. I usually do that whenever we don't have a tornado warning active. I don't want anyone getting confused. So again, if you were in this pink area, you are under a tornado watch until midnight Eastern time. So if you're asking me what should I expect, what's the window, anywhere between now and midnight Eastern time, and tornadoes are the primary concern. I would love to give you guys more specifics, but genuinely when you're dealing with pop-up supercells, because I mean, look at this up here. This is just pop-up. This is pop-up, 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 pop-up. Pop-up, mainline. So when you're dealing with pop-up, supercells, the predictability on where they're going to pop up is super, super, super low. It's impossible. They could pop up anywhere within the warm sector, which everywhere in that tornado watch is in the warm sector. So that's why we've refrained from giving real specifics, because again, these supercells can pop up at any point, anywhere within that tornado watch zone. Genuinely. That's why we haven't said, hey, this is when you should expect it. We only just give you that window. I hope that makes sense. Looks like he's about to intercept this tornado down here, or a tornado warning, I should say, down here for Rochester. Looks like it's already fizzling out, though. And this might genuinely be, and I'm not even trying to be mean. I'm not even trying to be mean. I promise you guys. I promise you. I know it sounds like it. But this might genuinely be one of the worst warning boxes I've ever seen. Like, genuinely. Which office is this? That makes sense. I mean, it genuinely might be. Because this bottom half was never included in the cell, right? And this thing is already out of the box. And it's limited up for 5 minutes. It's already almost out of the box. Look at that. I mean, and the warning box is for another 34 minutes. And it's already heading out of, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's our job to hold, other people accountable, and it's other people's jobs to hold us accountable. And this genuinely might be one of the worst boxes I've ever seen. So if you're in Knightsburg, Rochester, Pleasant Hill, Mud River, be in your safe spots at this time. This nice hook right here is about to enter your area. Nothing in Bowling Green at this time, but again, that window is open till midnight Eastern time. Yeah, once this line over here, maybe not even that one. There might be another one that develops back out toward here. But genuinely, guys, the window stays open till midnight Eastern time. Jazz, anywhere between now and midnight Eastern time. I wish I could give you guys more specific time frames, but I can't say, hey, the window opens here and closes here. I just know the window's open now, and it will close around midnight. Just a very genuine, transparent answer. Again, I really wish I could give you guys more specifics because I hate giving such a general timeline. But just genuinely, when you're dealing with random pop-up supercells that can pop up anywhere in the warm zone, you're talking about the predictability being very, very low. So that's why we haven't said, hey, for example, Central City, your time frame is 2 p.m. to 2:37 p.m. You can't do that. You can't do that because you're just giving out false information. Tornado warning has been canceled. That 20-minute stretch right there, I'm not kidding. Let me just stop before I say something I'm not supposed to say. Let me just stop. That right there is why we have such a high false alarm rate out of our National Weather Service offices. Genuinely. No active tornado warnings in the state. But again, dude, let's not let our guard down, though. Let's not let our guard down, though. And there's a new warning. So there you go. There you go. Goodness gracious. So, I got to give my hand to the National Weather Service in Louisville. I got to give my hand to them because that's a phenomenal box, first. Secondly, they just told, because the original office that made that box was NWS Paducah. Okay? And that might have genuinely been one of the worst boxes I've ever seen. the NWS Louisville just canceled that warning and made an entirely new box for the same storm. That's amazing. You can't be afraid to step on toes. You can't be afraid to step on toes. They said, hey, we don't like your box. We're going to make a new box. So they canceled that entire warning. They make a new warning. That's phenomenal. That's a great job by the NWS Louisville for taking accountability there and saying, hey, that box was bad. We're going to make a new one. That's phenomenal. That's a great job by them. Great job by the NWS Louisville folks. And I don't know, NWS Paducah is usually pretty great. I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, that was, they're always like that. Usually pretty great. I just don't know what they were seeing that we weren't seeing, right? But hey, we had about a 30-second span there of no warnings. That was awesome. There's your new box, and then see that's a much more sensible box. You look at all these tracks of the storms, right? Look at all these tracks of the storms, and the box is following those tracks. That's beautiful. Great job, NWS Louisville. So let's read this new bulletin now that we actually have a proper box here. Northwestern Butler County, southeastern Ohio County, and south central and in central Kentucky, you are under a tornado warning until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. At 2:43, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located at 11 miles west of Morgantown, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. So again, it's moving at about a speed of 35 miles per hour. It looks like Connor's very close to being able to intercept it. Let's go ahead and take a look back over here at the radar. And again, this is going from Rochester. It's going to be heading up toward Logansport, Shoalstown, Highview, Cromwell, Prentice, Interstate 165 right there as well, Oak Grove, places like that in central Kentucky, Cromwell, if I didn't already mention that. And then beyond this, if it holds together, Caneyville might be up next. It just depends on how this one's going to turn. And that's also the unpredictable factor of these supercells, is that these can make right turns at any point. E-Town is under a tornado watch until midnight Eastern Time. You're not under any immediate threat right now. Again, here's your watch box, guys. I'm going to show it one more time. If you guys have not seen this already, it's on our page. You can literally go look at this on our page and kind of zoom in and see what you need to see. But it's on our page. If you are in pink, you are under a watch until midnight Eastern Time. Darwin, that is a tornado watch. Someone said not till midnight Eastern Time. It's literally to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, Amy, I'm keeping a close eye on that. Thank you guys once again for all the shares on the broadcast. We appreciate you. Hopefully I'm not sounding too... I'm starting to get more blunt because there's a lot of confusion going around for some reason. So I hope I'm not sounding rude, but I am going to start being more blunt about things because I'm not sure why there's so much confusion. But I'm going to try to clear it up by being a little bit more blunt, and hopefully that will help. So please don't mistake it for rudeness. I'm just trying to be blunt so that way folks get the accurate information. Hope that makes sense. Luna, it's never a bother to ask him. It's never a bother for you to ask me a question. Luna, if you were in pink, you're under that tornado watch till midnight Eastern Time. Some very nasty looking clouds just went over me in Madisonville. Megan, thank you for your 50 stars. I appreciate that. Says George, you're never rude. Thank you for all your coverage during every weather event. It's much appreciated. I appreciate your kindness. Thank you so much. No bad boxes. Put that on a t-shirt. I got you. I got you. Jazz, I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to be very kind with how I do my tone and everything, but sometimes that just creates confusion for some reason. I don't know why, but sometimes kindness leads to confusion. So sometimes in situations like this, it really is just better just to be blunt. And the matter of the fact is the window is open for everyone in that pink. The window is open to midnight Eastern Time for severe weather, mainly being tornadic activity. Does that mean every single person in this pink box is going to see tornadoes? No. That just means your area is vulnerable to see it, right? It could be a situation where we see a tornado in Beaver Dam and it doesn't happen in E-Town, or we see it in Lebanon and it doesn't happen in Richmond. Just because you are pink does not mean it's a guarantee. It just means that your environment is favorable for tornadic activity, and the hope is that it just doesn't happen. Make some merch. We have a merch store at the top of the page, I believe, if it's still there. I have to update it. It's all of our winter collection, but I have to update it. But you might have some clothes coming up for winter. But I do need to make a new merch store. I really do. I really do. Do we know how long till the line hits Murray? I probably got about 45 minutes to an hour and a half till that hits you down there in Murray. That should be the main line. It's moving really slow. Okay, Connor's getting close to this. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how these clouds and stuff are
Turn
looking.
around real quick.
I gotta go back
Wow,
to
dude.
0.5. I mean,
That is impressive.
And their stream froze. Right when they get to their first good-looking cell, their stream crashes. That's really unfortunate for them. That's really unfortunate. They're in a really good spot. Really good spot. Again, once again, if you're just not tuning in here with us, I'm George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here with WNK. We do have a tornado warning active for Oak Grove, Flint Springs, Cromwell, Logansport, Provo, Schultztown, Rob Roy, Prentice, Highview, Cool Springs, Baystown, out here in central Kentucky, just to the east of Beaver Dam. And Connor's on board here with this. We're going to hop on board with Connor. Once again, Connor Croft, I believe it's on.
Like area where it might try to tighten.
Just trying to see where his...
over there.
Oh, that's pretty... I did not know you could do that. We can have the video up while looking at the radar. That's phenomenal. Wait. Wow, you got a nice base back there. I don't know if it's touching the ground or
Big
not.
hill right here. Can you go up there? Oh yeah.
That's probably too small for you guys to see though, ain't it? Let's just go ahead and pull up the full view here. Again, he is on Highway 231, facing the supercell.
See what that is? See that's moving?
Great vantage point.
Yeah. Dude,
Yo.
that might be a tornado. Look at that.
Right on,
motion.
right
at the
there.
motion
I
right
can't tell if
side.
it's on the ground because the house is
Wait,
blocking
look
the
at
view.
motion there.
Like that
but
literally could be
dial that
something. Oh my gosh. Like, does that not look like a funnel back there?
Hard to say. It's really hard to say. Really, really hard to say.
the house is blocking the view, but I would say that's...
right edge, bro.
Dude, I'm looking over it. It might be. It's a funnel, bro.
It's a funnel.
It's a funnel, dude. It's a funnel. When we get
Get on the car.
I'm gonna step on your roof.
That's okay.
I'll be careful,
dude, that might be a tor. I'm like 80% sure.
Is that a tornado?
That's pretty sure that's a tornado right there.
Possible.
Oh, look at it. That's a tornado, bro. That's a funnel.
Can't see the ground though. I don't
Dude, that has to be. Look at that thing.
It might be a tornado. Definite funnel.
About to
Might
lose
be.
our view.
That's got a really
That's a
solid
likely-
base to it. Again, this is what they're looking at right now. Is they're here on Highway 231. They're looking down towards Schultztown and Logansport, Kentucky, down here for those folks there. Let's go ahead and pull up the radar scope real quickly. Don't see any rotation on the radar, but once again, the radar can show something different than what's actually happening. This is why it's so important to have eyes out there. Again, this is just north of Rochester. This is heading toward, let's go ahead and pull this back up once again. And this is heading toward Schultztown, more specifically, Highview, Cool Springs. So be in your safe spot if you're anywhere within this red box. Let's look at the rest of this. Okay, we're still good. We're still good everywhere else. Let's go ahead and go hop back on board here with Connor. He's got the only tornado warning box
Tornado
here.
on the ground, 100% funnel. We just can't see ground contact, but it's at least 3/4 of the way to the ground.
Look at that. Look at how small it is.
Yeah.
Jade, you just have to be really
It might
careful
be
looking at
roped.
that stuff because supercells can pop up at any point
Right.
that models don't
I see-
see.
oh, I see
I'll
rising
tell you
motion
right
below
now
it, though.
that everything that's happened so far, models did not pick up. So you have to be really careful at putting all your faith into future radars.
Sorry, guys. I know you guys.
Rising motion underneath it.
That's why I think it's on. It's like clear mountain, and we're about to lose it to the mountain.
But we got a good intercept road here.
Yeah.
Also,
Wow.
it's not really moving that fast.
Wow. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's like piping down again, Freddie.
Yeah, it might be back down.
I can't tell yet. You got a lot of inflow on that
down.
front side. Again, I can't see the ground, so I can't confirm yet,
Down
but
again.
it's down. It's down. Whether it's making contact with the ground,
Alright,
we
we're
can't see
losing
because
it.
the house is blocking the view. But
losing
it's
it.
down, and you got some nice
losing it on the
inflow. You got a
ground.
nice outflow right there as well. It's just got a solid structure to this tornado. If this is in fact on the ground, this could be on the ground
can't see anything.
for a minute.
We gotta go north
It's got a
somewhere.
really nice structure to it.
Can't see it.
Just gone.
It's gone.
All right, now we're gonna have to.
Have to readjust, but I think treat that as a tour. Yeah, we think it's a tornado. Pretty
Yes,
sure it's
E-Town
on
is
the
included.
ground.
You can almost see the mothership. It's kind of the metaphor we use for rotating thunderstorms. You can almost see the mothership. You kind of see how they just kind of. You ever seen an alien movie? You kind of have a mothership with it.
Look at it on radar. Right.
8 times out of 10, that would indicate a tornado. Whether it's touching the ground or not, we can't tell yet.
It's hard to see it now.
A lot of times, that would indicate at least a funnel cloud is occurring. Most likely, a tornado occurs at some point. Hop off of them for a second here. Let's go take a look around the radar. We do see some activity starting to go up in here down toward Bowling Green. If you are in Bowling Green, I would kind of keep an eye on these 2 cells that are down here and this third one back over here. So not out of the woods yet down there in central Kentucky. Elsewhere, nothing really going on in north central Kentucky yet, which is kind of concerning because again, we want stuff to go on. The more, again, it won't tank a whole lot down, but the more stuff that does happen, it will help a little bit to trim off some of the energy. But we haven't seen a whole lot happen up in north central Kentucky yet. And again, this is kind of the main zone. So right along the river, this is kind of the main zone today for tornadic activity. So the fact that nothing's really happening here yet is kind of eye-raising. We'll continue to keep an eye on that throughout the night. Again, the window's open all the way until midnight Eastern time. So just because you haven't seen anything yet does not mean it's over for you, or because you've seen something, it does not mean it's over. Again, the window's open for everyone in that pink area until midnight Eastern time. Again, he was toward Cromwell, Kentucky, I believe. Yes, Cromwell, Kentucky. But it does look like this is starting to weaken on radar, so I think this one's starting to die down. We will see. He's got actual eyes on it.
This thing's not moving that fast.
No.
Just any sort of visual, any sort of like...
Come on. Okay, so that's where he's at. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick again because I've drunk a lot of water today and grab a water bottle to take a couple minutes here. We've been live for 2 hours now. We still have 8 hours to go.
Right here. Really?
Man,
Look at the motion.
Big motion for sure. I'm at 500. You're back up to 7. You're back up to 9.
Okay.
Yours locked in.
Okay, just locked in. Guys, stream might be in and out here. Just FYI, possible tornado. It was on the ground earlier. Cannot tell right now. It's coming right at us.
Yeah.
Coming right at us.
We got bad service. I don't know what to do about it, guys.
That is the area right there.
Yep.
And back to Swiper's down here.
That is, I mean,
Dude, it might be.
That's got to be on. So what's our escape route here? I guess
is it coming right? Like, what's the motion
depend.
on it?
It'll depend.
Just gotta lock onto here. Might be coming right at us.
Yeah, I know.
What's our escape route?
Yeah.
I'd say probably like, we'd probably just head back like this.
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty solid escape route. It's coming right at us, guys.
Yeah, maybe, see that church parking lot?
You think that might be better?
Then it might be better.
Right.
You're good my way.
We got a little time here.
Yep.
We can kind of reposition. It's
This
not
is
moving that fast.
It is coming right at us,
Literally
though,
not
Chad.
moving that fast.
Coming directly at us.
Church parking lot?
Yeah.
Oh, no, no, right. Oh, right here.
Oh, dang it, that was a whole nother tree line that just blocked it, bro.
Really?
It was so close. We need in between.
This might be ideal.
We need like this car field. Dude, that's where the tornadoes, I think.
What about right there?
What about that person's driveway?
Isn't there like little...
Gravel? Yeah. Person's driveway might work.
If I pull in right...
Just try.
Clear right?
Clear.
Not clear.
I mean, you were clear.
Clear there.
Well, you were clear, but then I was like, wait, he's on gravel.
No, I got you.
Better safe than sorry.
You're good. Better safe than sorry. You gotta stay safe out here.
Yep.
That'd be Connor. That'd be call out.
Oh,
What is going on with his feet?
Dude,
This is definitely better. This is the best we're gonna get. Right here.
right by those
Right here. This
trees,
is the best
bro.
we're gonna get. Right there. You try.
I mean, why not?
You try.
Try that driveway.
Hold on, guys. We're gonna.
This is
reposition
Cromwell,
about 15
Kentucky.
times
He's
here.
in
We're
Cromwell.
just trying to find any place we can see.
By the time we find our spot, the tornado's gonna hit us.
Yep.
These guys seem a little inexperienced.
This might be money.
Oh my gosh, dude, the place it's gonna be is just so freaking close.
Supercell Jinzu over there on YouTube. To answer your question, if you're still in here.
Run circles
At this point.
Go south of us, bro.
You mean north?
No, it's going to the
Oh wait,
left.
yeah. So it might go just south.
So I mean, I'm okay with being like in the notch, coming in from the north.
Yeah.
Stupid service, man. Come on, dude.
You guys are cracking me up.
Is it the Verizon that's which one's carrying? Seems like the Verizon's the thing that's carrying. So maybe if we keep.
Oh wait, so now cellular.
See what I'm saying? His cellular is 100% right now.
Yeah, dude, what the heck? Wi-Fi's carrying.
Just keep the Verizon
Hey.
ones right next to it. It's gonna go south though.
Yeah, I don't
Gotta
see
gotta get ready
anything.
to go south.
Yeah.
Megan, it's seriously. I'm hoping we get some more chasers out here today. We need more eyes. Okay. I really think that they may, depending on what those guys see, I'm not seeing a whole lot of radars. I think they may cancel that warning. Taking a broad overview here, we see some supercells or some cells really firing down here in this portion of the area between Bowling Green and Hopkinsville. The main line still all the way back here going extremely slow. That will speed up a little bit later on tonight. But that's the main line. So all of a sudden, we still got all of this window in front of it. All of this window in front of it. And there still might even be some cells that fire on the back side of it as well. We can't rule that out yet. But again, they are in Cromwell. You can see it right there. And they're looking at the tornado warning storm there.
Oh,
See that on the leading
yeah.
edge?
It's not rotating. It's just rising, right?
No, I don't think so. No,
Cassidy, I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't think so.
I think we're almost.
Or I hope you're inside.
Good,
You're
right?
clear my way. Server should come back really quick, guys. If you lose it,
It's right there.
right there.
Right here. It's gonna be tough because it's like
Drive. It's gonna be a fine line between seeing it and driving it. We don't even know what's going on with it right now.
cannot tell if there's any tornado or anything on it. Let's just like stop here.
I know. Just looking.
Next, like any bit of clearance.
Any
it's
bit,
just-
any
we're
little.
Still gonna go to our south.
Yep.
Still definitely go to our south. Maybe even here.
Yeah.
Maybe if I pull in like.
Keep going a little bit. Right here. We can see a little something. There's the left edge.
Still have the main line to
there's
worry
the
about in
left
Mayfield,
edge.
and there might be some
Definitely
more
going
cells
south. There's
bumping
the
up
left
on it.
edge.
We can't rule it out just yet.
Left edge of the mezzo.
That just looks like a massive thunderstorm.
We'll see it.
Because it's just like. Yeah.
We're good right here for sure.
You are on board with Connor Croft. He's in Cromwell,
merger.
Kentucky.
So I think it did produce. I think
Looking
it's
at the
gonna merge now.
tornadic warned storm there.
Oh, radar indicated.
So going back out ahead of this thing, we just go like.
What about that road?
This
you just
road
saw? Yeah,
right here.
yeah. And then
And
we can kind of zigzag through. There's other roads that connect.
Come back down 62.
Exactly. And then yeah, look at all the roads up here we got. Like
Yeah.
So,
It's just
I
going to
mean,
be a
road-
lot of just nav, but it's gonna
a lot
work.
of zigzag
It's gonna
nav.
work though. All right, so
that is motion on that left
there
edge.
is motion
There's
on the
motion
left
right
edge. We do need to go a little more south.
Yep. I think we're a decent bit away from it. I think we're okay here. I think we're okay to drop a little bit further south, honestly.
Completely agree.
You're good.
Sort of fog up in here. Actions is on like different setting here. Okay. Gonna drop a little bit south here. Circulation is just gliding
Like
towards.
it's here, no?
Everything we had was like up a little. ways.
Yeah, well, it's literally up here.
Still definitely south. I see the right side
Yep.
of that though. It's just tough. You never know when like it just could be on the ground.
Yeah.
Right in here. We see what we see in here.
Keep going. You're good. You're good right here. Promise we're safe here.
Oh, dude, right here, bro.
Yeah, we're good.
Literally
Here's
right
Here's
here.
our clearing.
Should we go
Any
to our
of this will
spot
work.
again?
Yeah.
Just go to our spot.
Yeah, go to our spot here.
All right, guys, we're going back to our spot because it's actually just
Mhm.
it went
good.
more east than I thought it was.
Wait.
Let's see. It's a wall cloud, right?
That's a
Yeah,
massive
just
wall
wall.
cloud.
It's a
I don't
wall.
see anything,
Doesn't look imminent.
anything remotely dropping.
My opinion.
Just a wall.
You do have some scud,
Just gonna hit our spot.
Trying to get down?
Where's that?
but this is kind of running
Wasn't
away
behind.
from the main
Right
bulk of
here.
winds above our heads.
But I don't think it is.
Um,
Up on our spot here.
Back to the exact same spot we were earlier.
I just gotta face somehow. Face a little bit. A little rough. Might be better off turning around up there. More grass.
He's going into some wet dirt there. You need to be careful. Thank you for the update from BG. I appreciate that.
I don't see anything on the ground, chat.
Yeah, I don't see anything on the ground. It's just like...
I'm not sure. I'm not very familiar with Cromwell, but I just know he's in Cromwell, Kentucky. Probably about 3 minutes from whatever Dollar General was right there.
See the grass.
Just trying not to get electrocuted by these things.
Yeah. Turn around up here.
Don't mind us, chat.
Yeah, don't mind
Do
us.
not mind us.
What in the
Probably
world
like,
is this
what
guy
the heck is this guy doing?
What are these idiots doing here?
I bet the people that live across the street are just like laughing at us right now.
Like, where are these
There's
guys?
no tornado, no funnel, nothing imminent.
Just the wall cloud. That's broadly rotating.
There we go. Much better.
Broad rotation on this wall cloud, chat.
Yeah.
I think it's just a redevelopment cycle to the south.
See this?
I think the old tornado.
I'm gonna hop off that for a second. I'm not seeing anything there. They might actually go ahead and cancel that. That's still up for another 25 minutes. They'll probably wait and see how it's going. But overall, I mean, you saw it for yourself. There's nothing on the ground there, so we're going to disregard that for now. Now, again, still be in your safe spot because that can drop back down at any minute. But for us, we're going to take a look around. And now, while we have a second, I'm going to show you the model data that's coming in now. It's coming in fresh. You can kind of see over here, see the blue boxes? That is what's loaded in so far. And the gray boxes have not loaded in yet. This is a brand new model run. So it's probably not going to see the entire storm or the entire event, but it'll be able to see a little bit of it for you guys. So this is valid for 5 p.m. Eastern time, so here in about an hour. You can see that it's let's go ahead and pull this out of here. Oh my goodness. I'm going to start on my radars here soon. As you see the little bunch it has there, it has it coming up here towards central Kentucky, so pretty accurate so far there. There's a line right there. And see how that's kind of what I was talking about. So this line is kind of weaker out there for western Kentucky at the moment. As that tracks north and east, though, it's getting pulled closer to the low pressure, and it's going to allow for it to strengthen that back line there. And that's going to impact central Kentucky as well. And again, that's going to be severe. That entire line is going to be severe pretty much. But here's your first cluster right here. And that's going to impact central Kentucky here at about 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So places like that are asking from Bowling Green, Elizabethtown, even up toward Louisville, Breckenridge, and Meade counties. Here comes another tornado warning. While I'm trying to show you guys this. This is why we don't look at this stuff yet. Where is that at? Western Kentucky. So here we go out here for Sturgis. Going toward Morganfield. Let's go ahead and read the bulletin there, and then we'll switch over to the radar and take a look at it. Tornado warning for East Central Hardin County in southern Illinois. That's Illinois, not Kentucky. North Central Crittenden County in western Kentucky, and southwestern Union County in western Kentucky. This dangerous storm will be near Sturgis around 3:10 p.m. Central Daylight Time, so about 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and switch the radars over here and take a look and see what we have going on here towards Sturgis, Kentucky. It's going to pull us back up to our 4 panel, and we're going to zoom on in. I'm going to restart this because that's lagging like crazy. Oh no, it's like they ran out of names or something. So let's go ahead and zoom in over here and see what we have going on. Again, not a whole lot on the radar, but once again, these aren't going to look overly impressive on the radar. These are going to be more, brief spin-ups, but they can be very strong. So again, it's not going to look overtly impressive on the radar, but it might be different in reality. So again, this is in Sturgis, be there about 2 minutes, and then it'll be heading toward Morganfield. Soon after that, if it holds together. So tornado warning there, and tornado warning over here for the Beaver Dam area heading toward central Kentucky. Whoops. So again, just not tuning in here. Highway 60 in Sturgis, you need to be in your safe spots. That's going over your area right now. Highway 365, Arnold, Grove Center, Harding, Sturgis, Caseyville, Decavin, and Western Kentucky need to be in your safe spots. Tornado warning is active for your area for another 20 minutes. And then we have the tornado warning box out here where Connor is at for Cromwell, Kentucky. Okay, I got you.
Hey, it's doing something south.
E-Town under that tornado watch until midnight Eastern
looks
time.
like it's maybe redeveloping there.
Oh yeah, that's what we do. Thank you so much.
It always drops out. Like maybe just get up there and turn around.
Okay, that's a lot of rain in that. It's a lot of rain in that. I don't expect that to live much longer. Because I haven't had my phone on charge this entire time. That's not good. This storm would not be moving toward Owensboro. It's way too far west. See how this track is going north? It's not going anywhere near Owensboro, at least this specific one. Again, elsewhere, that cell down here for South Central Kentucky has finally died down. Nothing out Eastern Kentucky. Had that one cell heading off toward Indiana. You have this cell here, which is clearly dying out for now. We'll keep an eye on it. And then we have the cell out here for Sturgis, which doesn't look overly impressive, but it's still tornado warned, so we're going to take a look at that and keep an eye on that as well. I'm going to switch radars too. That's messy. Here we go. It's got that hook that's starting to come out of it now. So here's that hook that we look for. It's got a little bit of a correlation drop with it as well. So again, this is pretty solid signature rotation on this cell here. Again, I have no idea if it's actually on the ground or not. I'm not there, but at least on radar, this is rotating. And I would bet it's producing something out there. Yes, Amy, but eventually they'll start to turn more east at some point. Probably closer to that 6 to 7 p.m. time frame. Not just yet, Caitlin. I mean, all of them have very broad rotation over there toward Bowling Green, but it's not anything tight enough for me to be concerned about just yet. Hopefully that answers your question. Buffalo? I don't know. I don't know where Buffalo is. Unfortunately, I do know that Bowling Green has 3 different cells around it that could go supercellular at any point, so I would not travel.
What the heck was that hill? I didn't even see it. Dude, what's that?
It's right in the middle.
I told you. I just saw like a big wall right over there.
Again, if you're looking for forecast information, it's all over our social medias on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube in both video and post form. If you don't know what to expect tonight, all that information is on our pages. Take 2 or 3 minutes, go over there, and you can either read it or watch it to know what to expect for tonight. Again, over here towards Sturgis, we're still watching that tornado warning cell there. Caseyville, Sturgis, Deckerville, and Colden, Kentucky. If that holds together, it will track toward Morganfield after that. If that holds together, it will be Uniontown, Mount Vernon, and so on and so forth. Here's the main line back out here moving very slowly. Eventually, that'll get to about Madisonville, Hopkinsville. It'll start to strengthen and speed up, and it'll really start to impact the areas just east of that. So, got the supercells in front, main line back here. Still kind of going as forecasted so far. I'm kind of actually a little bit surprised by the amount of supercells that we've seen already. I mean, I think we've had, I've lost count, but I mean, we've got to be approaching 10 tornado warnings so far. Now, again, I don't know what's all hit the ground and what's not hit the ground. I just know I think we've hit about 10 tornado warnings so far. Most of these cells are moving north-northeast. Buffalo, south of Hodgeville. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that thing because you're going to run into any of these storms on the way there, and you're going to run into this stuff as well. So, I mean, I wouldn't do it because, I mean, any of these can turn supercellular at any point that we've seen already today. And we do have a cell going up now just to the south of Henderson. We're going to keep an eye on that because that is in a prime area. So we need to keep an eye on that one there. Ohio County, someone asked about Ohio County. I would, I'm guessing you're talking about these two cells here. I would just kind of keep on guard. Right now, you don't have to be in a safe spot or anything, but just kind of keep on guard. All right, they're in the hook of this
Pretty
storm.
rapid motion to the south.
Yeah.
See that?
Right there.
It might be trying to drop right there, dude.
Yep.
Get your stream on it. Dude, it's trying right there, bro.
Yeah.
We might get a tornado.
It's right there.
Maybe that road, bro.
Yeah, we gotta go north, I think.
They're talking about this right here. See how that's starting to notch out?
Trying to drop right here. I'm just gonna pull it.
So again, these folks are down here toward Baystown and Flint Springs, just to the east of Oak Grove, Kentucky. So they're on Highway 1118. This will be heading toward Western Kentucky Parkway and Highway 2713, where those intersect within the next 10 to 15 minutes there. So still, if you're in this tornado warning box, you need to be in your safe spot. Don't want to let our guards down over here for Sturgis as well. Sturgis, Arnold, Deckham, and Caseyville need to be in your safe spot as well for a tornado warning there and that location. So let's hop back on board here with them for a second and see what they're looking at.
I'm gonna start getting engulfed in the rain. We're just gonna go straight up to 62.
Okay, I've got you.
I just want to see if we
Sketchy. Look how sketchy behind us in
Is
the
it
rain.
rain? What are you seeing?
Just a lot of
When
rising.
you're under that tornado watch till 12
possible, maybe it could
midnight
still
Eastern
be
time
a-
out there in Lexington.
A lot of rising motion, man. I don't see anything concrete, but just a lot of rising motion in there.
Weird. Really weird. Technically on radar, it is kind of weird. It's also 4 minutes old. So.
I think we're okay.
We've had a, it's been kind of a common theme where it's actually out the side window, so
Yeah.
it's actually fine.
Don't see anything there really just yet. Not saying it can't happen, but I'm not seeing anything super impressive there. Let's go and take a look at the radar scope here and look at our velocities that we have going on. So seeing a little bit of rotation out here for Sturgis, Kentucky. Not a whole lot once again. A little bit of rotation there. Almost more rotation on the southern cell than there is on that one. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if this one goes tornado warned here very soon as well. This down here for Holdville, Brooklyn, Jetson, Love, Granser, Welch's Creek, Kentucky. Be on alert down there. That one might go tornado warned very soon if it can continue to mature in that location. Sonora's in that tornado watch at midnight Eastern time, so I need to be on the lookout for anything that pops up. Yeah, the storm is still in Cromwell. Actually, it's just exited Cromwell. It's heading toward Baystown, Flint Springs right now, and then up toward Arnold. If these two cells can merge, we'll have to be watching out for Litchfield and Elizabethtown down the road. If these two cells can merge, because 9 times out of 10, if you get a cell merger to occur in an environment like this that's really strong shear based, it can almost always occur or almost result in something called tornado genesis, which is the formation of a tornado off of a cell merger. So we'll have to keep an eye on these two cells if they can get together, which it kind of looks like they're tracks. If they can get together, wherever they get together and just east of it, we'll have to watch very, very, very closely. No, and the one in Russellville is exiting the Russellville area.
Turn in the road
Again,
here.
thank you guys so much for all the shares on the broadcast. I appreciate you guys hitting the share button. Thank you for helping us keep folks informed and up to date on what to expect. Thank you guys a lot.
Laser focus, somebody coming out of their house.
Looks directly on us. Tornado would be probably literally like just our south.
Lynn, it just varies the type of storm we're talking
too.
about.
So
It varies, surely. Typically, they're strongest between, let's say, 4 p.m.
Our
to
main
9
road to
p.m.
go east up here.
That's where all your peak heating is, all your best mixtures of things.
It'd be a lot easier if there was an exit at the interstate.
All right. Okay, we know that this one's not on the ground yet. We know that this one is looking weaker. I'm going to take a minute. We'll be back in like 5 minutes. I want to restart the broadcast because I'm seeing some things start to lag a little bit. But we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. I want to just restart the broadcast real quickly, okay? I'm not going away. Just want to kind of refresh things real quickly. So tune back in here. If you haven't already, turn on notifications for YouTube and Facebook so that you know when we hit the go live button once again. But just give us about 5 to 10 minutes. I want to just reset the broadcast here because, again, we have a long night ahead. I want to make sure everything's working properly for you guys so that you guys can get the information.